Before hanging the cabinets, I found the center of the studs. I found my high spot in the floor, and then off of that I marked my 34.5 inches for the back of the lower cabinets, and then also my 54 inch for the bottom of the upper cabinets. And from there we can shim the lower cabinets up or down as needed. Somewhere in this mess I have an impact. Hey Bruce, you wanna? I'm trying not to put another cleat on the wall, but
that line is here.
That's the bottom. I want to shut that door a little bit. You got it for a second?
Yep, go for it.
It's still going to want to tip forward. If we can switch. That's like perfect. That's hard to believe. Okay, you want to pop that level on there and make sure we can move. I've got to need a couple of shims there.
You're still good with level? Get it much more perfect. It ain't bad.
Well, you gotta remember everything was rough cut and green when we put it up, so gonna be a little bit of movement in the walls. Put these in here for now, and hopefully heck I did the right cabinet. I did.
Is this one going right next to it?
Yeah. Yeah, this is the one that's got the finished panel on the side.
This is the one you wanted the clamps for?
Yeah, yeah, and then the bottom ones too. Down just a little bit. A little bit more. Probably don't break too much.
The tap that we had.
I just figured I'd take a second and break into the video and explain those clamps that I've been using. They're face frame clamps, or cabinet clamps. Basically what they are is just two clamps in one. They wrap around the face frame and clamp. So when you screw this one together, they pull the cabinets together, and when you screw this one together, they flatten out the face. So that's all that is. And then I'm sure I'll get questions about why I was shimming behind the cabinets, and that's where the screw is. My hangers are 1/4 inch away from the wall, and that gives me room to scribe the back side of the cabinets if I had to. In this case, I didn't have to at all. As you see, they're pretty tight against the wall, so I didn't have to do any type of scribing. This is probably a little better one here that you can see. I leave a little dado exposed from the hanger, so if I ever have to, I can trim the backs to gain about 1/4 inch of play So if I had to get the cabinets to sit back a little bit or sit forward a little bit, I can trim either the top or the bottom on the backs. Seems to work out good. That's the way I was taught how to build cabinetry. You'll see a lot of stuff from Menards or some of the big box stores where they're just straight boxes. They tend to be a little harder if your walls aren't 100% flat. And you may or may not have heard the comment about when we built this, everything was green, rough cut lumber. So there was some shrinking going on here and there, but not all too bad. In fact, a couple of the trees to get some of the longer stuff in here were actually cut the day that he milled them and I brought them home. So they were pretty green and heavy wet. If you guys are interested, just look back at those videos at the start of this. I know it's been a long process, but it's still debt free. So that's the one good thing about taking my time with it. But anyhow, I just figured I'd interject this little clip in between just to let everybody know what those clamps were and why I was shimming behind them, seeing how I didn't do a good job of explaining. Couldn't move the camera around here very well and because of the cabinetry everywhere. As it was, I did drop my camera, knocked it over and broke the UV lens. So fortunately I didn't hurt the lens itself, but such things happen. But anyhow, on with the video, guys. So after clamping the cabinet face frames together and getting them aligned right, I go ahead and pre-drill some holes and then run some trim screws into them, and that'll hold the face frames tight together. And then I go ahead and anchor the backs in using shims behind the screws just to make sure I don't break loose the hanging strips.
What's that? Slow shooting down the road. You got one more going here?
Yeah, I'm gonna run the two bottoms all out first so they're out of our way.
That was in the right spot?
Yep. Not too bad for being out in the storage shed for 3 years. Hey.
That long?
Yeah.
Well,
I built them before I had the
what are you working on? It's been a long time, I guess.
Shims. Okay, you pop that screw. And dry it up.
Show you a picture I took. I wasn't even trying to get it, but I got it over at Horseshoe Lake back in September, about 3 in the morning.
What shit, is that the one that we drove by that day?
Yeah, it's a little lake behind the bar.
Yeah.
I was trying to get northern lights, and I had a heat lightning storm come by. Well,
Good, a little bit more.
I don't know if I want it on.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as you see from the previous clips, the kitchen finally went in after 3 years. I'll leave a link to the build up above, but I'm really impressed. I thought I may have screwed up some measurements, but everything came out nice. I could have even probably went a little bit wider, but I'm kind of glad I didn't. That gives me a little bit of room around that doorway. You'll notice the uppers are 42 inch instead of a 30 inch standard height cabinets. Actually, I don't even know if 30 inches is standard anymore. Everybody's going with 9-foot walls, it seems like, so cabinetry is getting taller. But anyhow, they're 42 inch and 12 inch deep. You'll notice that I cut these two end cabinets back 6 inches. So I got the normal 24 inch deep cabinets here, and then these are only 18. I wanted to keep a little bit of a separation between the cabinetry and the wood stove. A couple different reasons. One's for obviously the heat transfer. I don't want, you know, any type of chance of fire or anything. But another one is I store a little bit of firewood usually along the side here of the wood stove. So yeah, I wanted to still be able to have access to the stores. Because the place is limited with storage, so you got to make kind of every inch of it count. I want to thank everybody for always continuing to watch these things. I know some of them are pretty interesting, some of them aren't. You'll notice that there's a name change of the channel. That's because I figured I'm not doing as much travel as what I used to, and I'm definitely not working out of state like I at one time was. So I decided to do a little play on the name of The Life of Riley and change it to The Life of Wiley. But anyhow, I hope everybody understands. Most of the content coming out of this channel now is kind of focused around the cabin. A little bit around the gardening and such, and a lot of building. There's a few hopes of getting a sawmill soon, maybe a couple pieces of Chinese equipment to help log handling, but I'm contemplating picking up Woodland Mills 126, but I want to get the extra couple sections of rails so I can go up to 22 feet, and I want to get the beveled siding jig that built right in. Well, for all those I've been asking about Grizzly, he's been doing better. He's still going to the vet 3 days a week for his foot to be rinsed out, packed with antibiotics, and then rebandaged. It is finally now starting to heal around the operation site where that got infected. Well, anyhow, I hope everybody's doing fine out there, and just want to wish everybody happy holiday season. And other than that, I think we'll end the video here. Anyhow, guys, we'll see you on the next one.